Hi everyone, this is your pal Kate Hart here, and welcome to Makeup Mondays once again. It's Makeup Monday again. Well, it is. Anyway, so today in this episode we're going to be talking about eyebrows. Now there are different techniques that I use, like to keep your eyebrows trimmed and plucked and you name it. Even though we're not going to necessarily go over that stuff in this episode today, we're just going over products here, okay? However, I do have one little tool in my kit. This is called a brow comb, okay? And this guy here, it's really cool. You just fold it like so, and then you're ready to do your thing. So just to give you an idea, it would, depending on you do your upward strokes and where you comb side to side, this is a very flexible tool to have to go along with your eyebrow shape, okay? So there is your eyebrow comb. Now, I have a lot of eyebrow pencils here. Just to clarify some of these products, I have them all in different hair colors because of different characters that I play. Some wigs that I might wear that's not my natural hair color, that I'll go to a shade that's closest to the wig color, and so on and so forth. Now, another fun fact about eyebrows, if you see on like special effects makeup or runway even, sometimes people will wear colored eyebrows. Like some of them, it'll be like pretty wild looking. Like I've seen a really cool look at the Pennsylvania Renaissance Fair for their Christmas fair, and they had Jack Frost with his eyebrows to where it looked like it had a little bit of like some molding to it to make them even bigger, but there's all kinds of illusions, the list goes on. But he had his eyebrows to where it was pointed up here and there to, make them look like icicles and frozen eyebrows. That there's like different blues and white to make it very wintry, very icy looking, and it's very cool. So more on that another day. However, today we're just going to go over some natural eyebrow colors. And again, like I said, just bear with me as I have different shades for different characters, even though I'm just going to apply my natural color today. So here we go. Here we have the MAC Pro Longwear Waterproof Brow Set. That's this, in the shade Emphatically Blonde. So, a fun fact about us redheads, okay? I am a natural redhead, and with us redheads, depending on like if you're like a lighter redhead, because if you're like the darker redhead, or it goes a little bit darker. But 9 times out of 10, us redheads have the blonde hairs with our eyebrows, and when you go to shave your legs, if you notice, you have some of the blonde or even dark blonde hairs, but mine are just like platinum blonde. Of course, now with my eyebrows being very light, it would just be just like a blonde color. So with us redheads, don't panic about this. If you're out at a store trying to find a redhead colored pencil and you're like, oh my god, where's the redhead shade? Do not panic, because your secondary color, blondes, happen to be your best friend, believe it or not, so you can get a blonde color and it'll still look just as good. Now, I've heard some stuff before, like I've heard some people say like it's best to do a shade or two lighter than your natural hair color, and others I've heard to do a shade or two darker than your hair color, or a medium to where it's like in between. I don't know. I've heard so many opinions. To be honest, do what you feel, okay? Depending on what kind of look you're trying to accomplish, is if you feel like your eyes are a little bit darker, then just go a little bit darker. Even if you have to mix two colors, like I've noticed sometimes if I mix a blonde and a light brunette, even to give like a real nice color to it too. You just have to see what looks right on your face. I can't answer that for you at this time, but you just have to experiment. All right, so we have this color here, and then the next color I have, these are all, because it's very faded. Here, I gotta see these little pencils here are by L'Oreal, and these are all the drugstore. So I have, this is in the shade darker medium brown, okay, and then I have darker blonde, which this would kind of like be a really nice color for me as a redhead, because then you have like, this is almost like a blonde going into a red almost, but this is a really good color for us redheads. If I wanted to go lighter, so to speak, but still have that, oh, she has an eyebrow look to it, just enough to give you some color. And then I have a lighter black brown color. Now this obviously I use for certain characters if I'm wearing darker wigs. This is your guy here. Now, luckily, out of my collection, I do have a redhead color. Now this is by Sephora, and this is the crayon top, and it's got the comb on the opposite side, and this color is in Auburn. So I like using this here, especially when I have henna in my hair. It just blends in real nice with the henna. So there's that. And again, out of the L'Oreal, I have the lighter blonde color. This is the darker black brown. So if you have black hair, this is the color for you. And lighter medium brown, which I do use this one sometimes because it does have a little bit of a redhead tint to it. Why don't you call it redheads, people? I mean, Jace, we exist too. Oh. So what I'm going to do is I will do one side, this color here, since this is lighter, this is the blonde, and I'll do the auburn on the other side. So I'll do the blonde here and the auburn here. So here we go. Alright, so here's the blonde. So here's your little spool. Okay. And I'm going to just bear with me as I am blind as a bat. I might have to do this with my glasses on, because it feels like I'm looking into a mirror here. So I apologize everybody, but guess what? Bad news. I just ran out of this, so I'm gonna have to throw this away. And yeah, so what I'll do is I'll pick another blonde pencil here. So here, we'll go with the lighter blonde, so you can see the lighter, if I went lighter. You see that's just a very little color for like a no makeup kind of look. Now for the auburn, okay, and I'll do it here. Take your little crayon here and you just fill in the blanks as usual. Okay, so as you can see, a little bit of a difference here, just so you can have an idea of like a lighter color, which looks very nice. See, with us redheads, we can get away with the blonde. Now I do have a darker blonde, and we can do is, you can see that too in a minute here. So here is the light blonde, and you can see how that's just nice for like a fresh face of makeup kind of look, like a no makeup that gives it like a nice little touch. And then here is the auburn to actually match the hair color, and that's also very nice too. If you feel red, you want to go even lighter with the blonde. Now I'm going to go over the light blonde with the darker blonde because I just would like you to see, because sometimes I like using them both too, just so you have that extra filling. And I actually did miss a little spot here, oopsies. See, it's so hard to see my blonde hairs even with bright lights. Okay, and there we have it. So with the darker blonde, you can see how it's pretty close to the auburn here, but this is just to give you, you know, just kind of like blonde going into red kind of look. And red. So it just depends on what kind of mood you're in. So that is eyebrows for today. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, and hit that bell for notifications. Happy Makeup Mondays, everybody. Take care of yourself now.